Oh, good morning, all you lovely people. It's Grumpy Old Git again on a Monday. A Monday that looks like it's going to be a beautiful day. I have noticed a few white lines appearing again out there, but I'll say no more about them. Right, well, what happened Friday then? Fucking hell. The Olympics. Oh dear. The opening ceremony. What a disgusting piece of shit it was. I had it on in the background watching. I was on Mrs. W's live on Friday night as it was all going off. But the amount of virtual signalling and wokeness. Fucking unbelievable. Yeah, drag queens everywhere you look. There's fucking drag queens. You know, taking a piss out of the Last Supper. Now, I'm not a religious person, but taking the piss out of the Last Supper from the Bible, like they did. Unbelievable. Well, you know, at one point, they had what looked like to me the fucking Grim Reaper carrying the torch. There's just debauchery, paedophiles, one bloke with his bollocks hanging out. There was nothing there that depicted the actual history of the Olympic Games, what the Olympic Games stood for. The Olympic Games stood originally for bringing everybody together through sport. Now it's gone the opposite way with what I saw. I mean, they couldn't even hang the fucking flag up the right way, for fuck's sake. Now, Paris is supposed to be one of the major cities of culture throughout the world for its cuisine, its artwork, its romance. Well, that's been out the window for a long time since it's been filled up with people from another religion, isn't it? But because there's no romance in that religion whatsoever. But city of culture? No. It has now turned itself into one of the biggest fucking jokes in the world. You know, even if the rain had stopped, it wouldn't have made it any better. But people were just packing up and fucking off. They didn't want to watch it. And I don't blame them. And it seems now that the backlash is immense to the point where they've even took everything down off the official website. They're trying to get all the videos pulled down that people were posting of it all. Well, Olympic Committee, you brought it on your fucking selves, guys. I mean, I never watched the thing anyway. I find it boring, but after watching that opening like that, that's... you have just fucked up the world of sport. Literally, with that. That was one of the big stories. Obviously, the other one was Tommy's march in London. Tommy Robinson. As usual on the day, I had several streams open. I was watching them. Not so much on what he was saying, more on what other people were saying. Now, I've made no secret of it. I don't particularly like Tommy. I made no secret of that, but I do believe some of the stuff he exposes needed to be exposed, and he's the only one that has done it. So I've got to say fair play to him on that. But what I saw in the chat on a lot of these streams, and I did go through quite a few of them, I could actually see why this country is so fucked up. There were so many trolls, so many wind-up merchants in these streams, and this is why I never comment on them, because the streams, the comment sections are so fucked up, it's unbelievable. But it did prove to me exactly what the government and authorities have done to this country of ours. They have done an absolute fucking brilliant job of turning everybody against each other. There is no common factor holding people together now. Yep, you might get a few thousand like Tommy had there. There's a few thousand at other protests as well. But that's it. Throughout the country there's no cohesion. Nobody's holding anybody to account the way they're going on, because the authorities don't listen. The fact that they arrested Tommy afterwards proved the point. But they wanted him to finish first so they could cause more disruption. Sooner people realise that, the better. But because of this, the fractionalisation, the splitting up, turning people against people, nobody is fighting the common enemy in this country. Nobody's getting together to fight the common enemy in this country, which is the government and the corrupt police. This is why nothing's going to change. This is why nothing's going to get any better. Because people won't come together. A few thousand people coming together is nothing compared to what this country has got in it. And, while we're at each other's throats, everybody's at each other's throats, the biggest threat we've got is marching through the fucking open front door. The ones that are here illegally, the ones that have drained this country of its financial resources, have drained this country of our way of life, have drained this country of housing for its residents and its indigenous people. It's the ones that have caused disruption and defiling the lives of our kids and our women. The sooner people realise this and stand together, we might be able to achieve something. But the way it is, not a fucking chance. And we've got a so-called king who prefers to take his subjects into poverty and live under tyranny and fear. And those that blindly follow the authorities, well, there's one thing I can say about them. And I'm thankful knowing that they will suffer and are suffering more than those of us that didn't listen. Remember, they're the ones that took something they were told to take because it was good for them. And they're the ones that are now falling ill and regretting it. You don't hear anybody kicking up, "Oh, we didn't take it." But those that took it are kicking up, aren't they? But is this a good move by the authorities? They know there's less people that disagree with them than that agreed with them over all this. So what they've done effectively is those that follow them and support them did what they were told. Now they're dying off, aren't they? They're ill. They're sick. All that's left will be those that didn't follow the advice, that didn't listen to them, which numbers are far less than those that did. So there's less for them to deal with. But kill off your supporters and your followers, yeah, absolutely fucking brilliant move. You absolute melts. Right, I'm going to leave it for today, folks, before I go into one again. I am going to be quite busy this week again. I am taking a bit of time for my home life and my personal life at the moment. It's something that has been lacking, so that needs to be addressed. There will be a live Wednesday night, even if I don't do a video tomorrow or Wednesday. The live will go ahead, where I will have something to say on the Manchester airport issue, because a lot of people took what I said the wrong way. So I'm going to put the record straight on that for a start. But until the next time, people, as always, stay safe, stay absolutely strong, and don't fear these fucking clowns. They're going to come out with all sorts now, and it's all going to be bad for us. We have to stand up for ourselves. Respects.